I accept efforts to be a natural human being, but bring attention all the time to the self. I don't know whether it's natural, and I feel like all I can do is just effort, but there has to be some kind of divine opening that I have no control of to become natural.
Right, of course.
And that
Oh,
why is it happening to someone and
not to another one.
yeah, and we just keep on going and just wait.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's start with the first part. Basically, you're saying, okay, you can make your effort, but somehow somebody, something should also do something about it. Huh?
I mean, with the effort, I think with the door is not opening. It's not in our power.
Okay, right. It's not. That's the difficult thing for the mind to understand and accept. You can't really do it.
Can?
You cannot
Yes.
really do it. And yet you have to do something about
Yes.
it. Actually, what we can do is make ourselves available. What you can do is invite that something can happen. You cannot make any real shift in consciousness, in experience happen. You can push yourself with exercises, and sometimes you may blow yourself into some kind of experiences. It's an experience that comes and goes, but it's not that basic shift of perspective. And you cannot do that, but you can do a lot to prevent it. You can just mindlessly keep on in that complete fixation. I'm this person separate from the whole rest of existence and function from that perspective, and I'm right, they are wrong, and me, I, me, mine. We can do a lot to prevent it. And to make yourself available is what I have been talking about. You have a good look, a good honest look at yourself and see how you're functioning, see what's going on, and then learn not to do that anymore. That's all you need to do. Then, in a way, even if you bring the attention back to that base, there's nothing you can do to go beyond that. It's like the pure consciousness is maybe the subtlest that we can somewhat have an idea about, grasp at least the direction. We cannot even understand that, but that's the direction. And that's as far as we can go. The pure consciousness, or the pure love, or the pure force of life. They are the three aspects of that the same first expression of the mystery of existence. And all we can do is to learn to bring the attention back to that as good as possible. And then be open. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do beyond that. But if you come back again and again, things will start to happen out of your control.
Then you will be able to see and hear.
Then you will be able to see and hear.
Hearing.
You mean the subtle hearing, the subtle seeing and stuff.
No, not subtle. Actually, hearing.
Actually hearing, right.
Yes. I feel like you are hearing.
What is then exactly happening, how your experience will change, there's anybody's guess. You may read all kinds of stories, you may hear all kinds of stories, but don't fix your mind that is how it has to be. Each story is new and unique. You can draw all your inspiration from all that you hear and all that you read, but don't try to duplicate it. At that moment, when you are at ease, at peace, in that pure consciousness, in a way, even that jnani, the one who approaches on the path of jnana, pure jnana, I becomes a devotee. Because, okay, here I am, I've done all I can. It's all yours, whatever that is. And then you asked, why is it happening to some so quickly, and why is it happening, not happening to others? They try and try and try and try. People come in a different condition into this world. And some will carry already quite a baggage when they come, and then add, growing up, a lot of more stuff, and then it may just need more rubbing to get rid of that again. And others may be quite fortunate that they are not charging themselves so much, and it may happen quite quickly. But don't compare your story with other stories. You just look at yourself, sincerely, honestly, get closer and closer. That's all we can do. And then people always look out and think, oh, it's so easy for everybody else. But everybody else is also struggling in their own way.
It's like we can practice to be available. That's all we can do, and then time comes, it happens, but we have no control.
Yeah, you have no control.
Right.
Not you, of the person that is starting out. But that which has control is always waiting for you. It's not that somehow the fellow is absent somewhere, and if you have bad luck, you have to wait long time until they become aware that you are there. That is always calling and waiting for you to come home. It's not even difficult, but it's not a part-time job. It's not that we can think that, okay, I'm doing my practice every day, half an hour, the rest of the time we completely forget about it. I mean, it's nice if you have every day half an hour doing nothing else, but then try to remind yourself, no matter what you're doing, in the job, in the family, being alone, being in a crowd, being inactive, being active, try to bring the attention back and relax. It's not that we have to make it into a terrible, terrible task and be all cramped about it. I have to remember. Just learn to relax in it. Learn to develop a sense of playfulness about it. Oh, got me again. Never mind. Here I am. Not make a big fuss about it.
And even if I forget, I still am.
Even when you forget, of course you are still what you are, but your attention is in the role that you are playing in this theater, the person that you think you are, and that's not what you are. That is just the role that you are playing, and we have so helplessly identified with that role that we completely forgot that's just the role that we are playing. If an actor gets so totally identified with the role that he forgets who he really is and thinks I'm that role, then he needs mental help. But we are all mental patients like that. That we are actors that have picked up a role, and then instead of being aware, It's just a role that I'm playing in this theater. And the curtain goes, and it's finished, but I'm still there. We have forgotten that. But that is not going to change because of that. But still, as long as we are identifying with that me, creating that sense of separation, doing so, that there's that circle, inside it's me, outside it's everybody else, it's the whole universe, then we fight all the time, struggling, trying to squeeze out our little advantage, trying to squeeze out a little happiness here, a little happiness there. And it's continuously a struggle. And we can struggle on and on and on as long as that identification is there, even if for moments we may be ecstatic, the next moment it's gone, and there we struggle again. We have to shift the attention. Become aware there is something to you that is not playing that role, that is not affected by what is happening, that doesn't really give a damn about the whole story, doesn't take this whole damn story so serious. Simply at the same time eagerly being aware of all that is happening and getting richer for the experience, but not being affected by it. We somehow have to learn to bring the attention back to that. Then you can play your story. Then the life will still continue. And it's not that from then on all your life is just a stream of pleasant experiences. There may be worlds like this where it's pleasant all the time, but not here. The moment it's pleasant, the moment it's unpleasant. But if we are not making our well-being dependent on that, then you don't care about it. You're still happy. The moment it's a nice situation, the moment it's not a nice situation. But deep down, you are not getting affected by it. The more you detach from that me personality, the more you become aware, I'm not really affected by anything. Then let the pleasant situation come, let it go, which is equally important that we let it go. Let the unpleasant situation come, let it go, no big deal. It doesn't leave a trace. But you're right, even if you completely forget, you're still there. You are a divine, beautiful being, and nothing can change that.
That cannot help me to forgive myself for not always remembering it, just
Right.
recognizing that it's always there.
Right, you need not judge yourself because of that. There's no point in standing over judgment, in judgment over you all the time. This was good, this was bad, this was good, and now I was a bit better. When you see, okay, this was an unfortunate action, then you can intend not to repeat it, but not hold it on and think, oh, bad, I'm bad. There you are again totally identified with the person. Forgive yourself, and equally much important, forgive whatever you think others did to you that was not right. Because they were in that same train of not being aware of what they are, being totally identified with their little role they are playing, and from their perspective they couldn't help it to act the way they acted. So don't carry the grudges against yourself, and don't carry the grudges against the others. This whole story is not as real as it appears. We make it so real. We think about it all the time. That's why it becomes so solid, so real. It's a magic show. Consciousness dives into it for some time, plays a bit crazy, and then gets out of it. Getting richer for the experience in the course of the process. We have to learn not to take everything so serious, including that person we think we are, with the whole agenda of ideas what should happen and should not happen in order to be happy.